The ruling party in South Africa, ANC, has suffered another legal blow on Monday when the Supreme Court of Appeal ruled against the party's bid to keep its cadre deployment records confidential. The saga began when the ANC faced a mounting pressure to disclose its cadre deployment records following a High Court ruling that declared its refusal as unlawful and invalid. The High Court in Johannesburg previously denied the party's request to appeal the ruling, prompting the party to seek direct appeal to the SCA. And now, the Democratic Alliance Member of Parliament, Advocate Glynnis Breytenbach, joins me to talk more on this. Thank you so much, Glynnis, for joining us.
Good afternoon. It's a great pleasure to be with you.
So I presume that you're actually happy about the decision by the Supreme Court for ANC to share the minutes and records of its cadre deployment. It's been a long battle, according to what we know. But then, of what significance is this particular record and the information contained in it having to make do with it and put it out in the public?
Well, you know, the ANC has this policy of cadre deployment. So it really amounts to jobs for PELs. And in the state capture years under particularly President Zuma, but also before that and after, ANC members were, to put it euphemistically, deployed into positions for which they were really not qualified. And it was done, you know, to ensure that connected people got jobs. Also, that connected people got strategic jobs in order to allow certain things to happen and to prevent other things from happening, which has resulted in, you know, South Africa being almost crippled completely by state capture. So President Ramaphosa was the chairperson of that cadre deployment committee for 5 years, and the ANC has consistently refused to make any information about that committee available. The court has now found that they must do so. So they will, if they comply with the court order, they must hand over those statements now within 5 days. It should be exceptionally interesting and give us, not only us, but all South Africans, a deep insight into how the ANC went about planning and executing state capture, how they planned and executed the capture of state and other institutions, which allowed vast amounts of money by way of largely of grand-scale corruption to be siphoned away from the proper use thereof. So those records are going to be exceptionally interesting to read and, in my view, exceptionally damaging for the ANC.
So looking at how dire the situation is, do you think that the ANC will adhere to this ruling?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? I lost you for a moment.
I said, looking at how serious and sensitive this issue is, do you think that the ANC will adhere to the ruling handed down to them to make the record public?
They'll have to. They'll have no choice. If they fail to do so, they will be in contempt of a court order, and that attracts very serious consequences and can attract imprisonment. So they will have no choice but to hand it over. And quite frankly, we can't wait to see them.
Finally, in your opinion, how has the cadre deployment affected state institutes or state institutions in the country?
They've destroyed them. They've decimated them. Our rail transport agency was up and running. It was very effective means of transporting both goods and people. It now has been at a standstill for some time. We have no rail transport system to speak of. Eskom used to produce quite literally the cheapest, best electricity in the world. It has a world best practice. It is now not functioning, and we have to import electricity from other countries. It's nothing short of a disgrace. Our mining industry has absolutely collapsed. Our criminal justice system is on its knees. Our South African police system barely functions. Our economy is practically at a standstill. Cadre deployment has destroyed this country.
Thank you so much, Glynnis, for talking to us.
Have a great day.